Welcome back. Another week 2 of the NFL season. A beautiful, beautiful day here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's Juwan Bashir coming to you again. Let's get right into it. Commanders and Packers for Thursday night. Packers had control of this game from start to finish. Commanders looked good in the second half of that game offensively, but it took them way too long to get it going. The Packers were in full control, and they had that game well in hand from start to finish. Seattle and Pittsburgh starting off Sunday's slate. Pittsburgh has got to be better with their special teams. You just can't let the ball drop and just roll away from you. That cost you 7 points and really even more points because you didn't get to score on that drive. Pittsburgh will be kicking themselves for that one. Seattle, great win. They handled both sides of the ball and special teams. Phenomenal job from them. Rams and Titans. The Rams did about what you want them to do offensively. They dominated the game. Defensively, they did just enough to keep Tennessee at bay. Tennessee's got to be better, though. Once again, from week one, they're not locked in on both sides of the ball. They're going to have to be better. As we continue to look forward to the game of the weekend, as many would say, the Giants and Cowboys. Cowboys put up 40 points. The Giants put up 37 in an overtime classic. They haven't put up that many points in a very long time. And Russell Wilson looked great from the Giants standpoint. Dak looked almost as good as Russell Wilson. It was just a great game. A lot of passing yards, a lot of touchdowns, all offense. Neighbors looked great. Pickens and CeeDee Lamb looked great. That was a great game to watch and a pleasure to see. As we continue to look forward to the other games that took place, the Bengals, the Jaguars, high-scoring game, and the Jaguars got to win that. You got to win that. You forced 3 interceptions against a backup quarterback. You must win those games, and they just failed to do so. Cincinnati did what they needed to do. Jamar Chase, welcome back. Another game that we want to step into is the Bills and Jets. Bills did what they needed to do. They're a threat for the entire league. We all know this. The Jets came back down to earth offensively, but the Bills' defense is not a joke. They can play defense, and they gave up 40 in week 1 to the Ravens, but it's the Ravens. I mean, we expected that. 49ers and Saints, another closely contested game. 49ers had this game kind of in hand, but the Saints fought back. Give them credit. But if the Saints can't win this game, it's going to be a long season for them. And another team is going to be a long season for is the Panthers. They looked decent in that second half. They fought really hard, but too little too late. You got to be able to do that in the entire game to win these kind of games. And unfortunately for them, Arizona was just a little bit better than them early on in the game. They fought back, though, really well. Bryce Young looked great, so give him credit for that. Good win from Arizona as well. Bears and Lions. Lions put up a 50-burger. Chicago's defense had no answers for them. Their offense was okay, but you just can't give up 50 points and expect to win a game. It's just not going to happen. Broncos and Colts, another game of the weekend. Broncos offensively looked good, but Indianapolis' offense looked great. Once again, another surprise. Back-to-back weeks of Indy's offense showing out. Jonathan Taylor was spectacular. Daniel Jones was spectacular. And you just can't commit penalties if you're Denver. Doesn't matter what kind of leveraging you're doing. You just can't do it, man, because that game was well in hand for Denver. One costly penalty, and now you lose the game. Could be 2-0 like Indy, but instead you're 1-1. It's a tough way to go out. Eagles and Chiefs, a rematch of last year's Super Bowl. Eagles took care of both sides of the ball. They dominated in terms of the ball possession. They played their kind of game, which is what the Chiefs are used to doing. They just couldn't do that, and that's why they lost this game. Tampa Bay, Houston, Monday night. When Tampa Bay went into town, you knew they were going to put up points, and they did early, but then they stopped. And Houston did the same thing, put up points, and then stopped until the very end of the game. Houston scored, and Tampa Bay, 4th and 10, Baker Mayfield with a huge pickup, and then they scored with a few seconds left to end the game. Tampa's 2-0. They look good. They could be better. Houston, they look good, but also they could be better too. Kind of a tough one for them to drop. You can't really afford that. Another game on the slate, Patriots and Dolphins. The Dolphins' high-powered offense, they woke up a little bit. Tua looked good. Tyreek looked good. But, of course, the offense shows up, and then the defense falls apart. New England, give them credit. They played great offensively. They weren't that great defensively, but when you put up 33 points with Drake May, you're going to win games. And special teams on both sides of the ball was crazy in that one. Good win from New England. Miami, it's a hard-fought loss. Browns and Ravens. Ravens did what they do, put up points once again. Derrick Henry didn't have to really do anything because the Ravens are just that talented. They can just win games. Passing, running, defense is going to make plays. Special teams are going to do their job. Great game from Baltimore. Cleveland, not really sure how you can go up from here, but you just got to keep fighting with what you have. Falcons and Vikings, another close game in the first half, but then the Falcons just pulled away in the second half. The Vikings are going to have a hard time if they can't get their offense going, because their defense did what they needed to do for a large portion of that game. They got to score points. They just weren't able to do so. The last game, Chargers and Raiders. Chargers look great to start the season. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders, and they're forcing turnovers. Geno Smith looks completely rattled out there, and that's what the Chargers can do, and that's what happened this weekend. Another great week, and once again, from Juwan Bashir in Phoenix, Arizona, it's JQB for 3, and we out.